never get a second chance to make a first impression, and you can't live your life in a state of depression. Mistakes that you make in life sometimes seem too many, but remember that hindsight is always 20/20.
Oh, it's the singing umpire. The Country Joe West. Got a couple of CDs out. We're going to be down at Great American Ballpark today working the Reds in the Reds in the Rockies game this afternoon. And before he heads down to the ballpark, he's kind enough to give us a few minutes of his time. Joe, hello. Welcome to 700 WLW.
Well, it's good to be here. Thanks, Ken.
I was half tempted last night to stop by Bobby Mackey's just to see if you were singing down there. Have you been down there at all lately?
Every night.
Every night? Was it open mic night last night?
No, but Bobby puts me in the show every time I show up. So,
congratulations on your 4,000th game this week. I just think that's a terrific milestone, and it speaks not only to your talent, but just the longevity and the politics and everything else you got to put up with in your line of work. Congratulations on that.
Well, I appreciate that. It has been a long road. I look back on it, and I was telling somebody the other day, the first 4 umpires I worked with in the major leagues are all dead and gone. So it just means I'm just a little bit closer to meeting them, I guess.
Yeah. Let's talk about your singing career. You got a couple of CDs out. Diamond Dreams is the new one. At what point in your life did you realize you could sing?
Well, it was one of my first years in the major leagues, and Mickey Gilley got me up on stage in his old club at Pasadena, Texas, and we stumbled through a couple of songs, and he got real tickled, and I actually recorded the first album at one of his old studios down there.
Okay.
And he got me up to singing. I'd really written a song that I thought Merle Haggard would be good at singing, and Haggard's fiddle player sent it back to me and said, if Merle cuts this, you won't be able to do anything. He'll put it out on the B-side, and you'll never be able to sing. He said, you're an umpire. You've already got the ability to get some airplay just because it's going to be a novelty. Why don't you put it out? So we did. And, in fact, we didn't just put out that song. We put out a full-blown album, and that was the first Blue Cowboy album. And
right.
Then this second album was basically an idea of a George Jones piano player, Kent Goodson. Mm-hmm. He came to me one day, and he says, you're always telling these baseball stories, and we're always laughing over here in the corner. He says, why don't we do a full-blown album of you just talking about baseball stories? So that's basically what it is, and this album has stories about Johnny Bench, and it has stories about Tommy Lasorda, and stories about little things that happen on a baseball field that some are funny and some of them are serious, and we have a nice tribute to the military on there. It's come off very well. So we're real pleased with how the people have responded to it.
Well, how you've sung now? You mentioned with Mickey Gilley. I know you've sung with T.G. Shepard and Boxcar Willie. Is there anybody left you'd like to sing with? Is there an artist out there you would love to perform with?
Well, yeah, there's a whole bunch of them.
Well, give us one or two.
Well, I like Winona, and I'd love to sing with Willie, although I'm scared because Waylon used to tell me, he says, he's the toughest guy in the world to sing with. He just goes on his own.
Somebody described Willie Nelson to me. He has no beat, and his backbeat isn't all that great either. No, but I think it's terrific, and I think what a lot of people in life do, and we mentioned this before you come on, a lot of people have talent. It's people that have multi-talents that I find the most fascinating, and you're not afraid to go out there and apply your trade on the baseball diamond, and you're not afraid to go out there and sing too. So it's kind of you seem like a man with tremendous self-confidence.
Well, it's easy to have self-confidence when you play with a band like Bobby Mackey's. I mean, they're as good as studio musicians as you'll find anywhere. And you walk up and say, give me a G chord, and you just take off, and then they follow you. That's pretty easy. It's scary when they don't know what you're doing.
Where can, if people want to purchase your album or listen to some clips of it, where can they go to listen, Joe?
You go to cowboyjoewest.com.